October 12, 2014, from the O.Co Coliseum in Oakland, California. It was the San Diego Chargers at the Oakland Raiders. And in this game, the Raiders got on the board first as they scored a 77-yard touchdown from Derek Carr to Holmes to lead off the game less than a minute in, and it was 7-0 Raiders. The Chargers would come back with about a 4.5-minute drive, capped off by a 29-yard touchdown pass from Philip Rivers to Eddie Royal that tied this game up at 7, and that would be it for the first. And so we headed to the second, and in the second quarter, Philip Rivers threw his second touchdown pass of the game. This one a 5-yard pass to Malcom Floyd, and it was now 14-7 Chargers over the Raiders. But the Raiders came right back. They marched down the field 11 plays, 76 yards, in about 4.5 minutes, capped off by a 6-yard touchdown pass from Derek Carr to James Jones. And this game was tied up at 14, and that would be the score going into halftime. Then in the third quarter, the Raiders took back the lead as Derek Carr hit Brice Butler for a 47-yard touchdown pass, and it was 21-14 Oakland over San Diego. But then, about 5 minutes later, after an 8-play drive going 80 yards, Philip Rivers found Antonio Gates for a 1-yard touchdown pass as they extended their NFL record-leading quarterback to tight end touchdown career record total, and the game was now tied at 21 apiece, and that would be it for the third. Then in the fourth quarter, with 10 minutes left in this game, Derek Carr hit Holmes for the second time this game in the end zone for a 6-yard pass this time, and that made it 28-21 Raiders over the Chargers. But then, with about 6 minutes left in the game, Novak came in to kick a 30-yard field goal, and that made it a 4-point game with the score 28-24, with Oakland in the slight lead over San Diego. And then, with just 2 minutes left in the game, Branden Oliver, the rookie from Buffalo, the undrafted free agent, ran it in the end zone on a 1-yard touchdown run to give the Chargers the 3-point lead with the score 31-28. And that would be all, as the Chargers win this game as they come from behind in the fourth quarter, and they beat the Raiders, and the Chargers are now 5-1 on the season, and the Raiders remain winless at 0-5. And in this game, Philip Rivers was 22 for 34 with 313 passing yards and 3 touchdowns. He also rushed for 13 yards off of 5 carries. Branden Oliver rushed for over 100 yards for the second straight game. He had 101 yards off of 26 carries and a touchdown. Malcom Floyd had 103 yards off of 5 receptions, one of which was for a touchdown. Derek Carr had the best game of his young career, as the rookie was 18 for 34 with 282 passing yards and 4 touchdowns and 1 interception. He also ran for 2 yards off of 1 carry. Derek McFadden had 80 yards off of 14 carries, which is actually one of his best games. And Holmes had 121 yards off of 4 receptions, 2 of which were touchdowns. He was the game's leading receiver. But it wouldn't be enough as Oakland came close, but they fell short in the end. Moore had 10 tackles, C.O. Moore to be the game's leading tackler. Woodson had 7 tackles. And there was no interceptions for Oakland. They did have the 1 sack as Wilson got 1 sack. No sacks for the Chargers, but Jason Verrett, the rookie, he got an interception, so he ended up picking off the ball. And Butler was the leading tackler for San Diego.